Hello and welcome to Monson Madethis. My name is Michael and Ben is here with me.
Why did you say it like that?
I don't know. I feel like I always talk for you, so.
I'm here. I can talk.
I try not to talk for you, and then I end up still.
I'm here.
Hey, welcome to Monson Madethis. I already said that. Today's video, I'm trying to do something different, which I've tried to do a ton of times on this channel. Trying to make content that's just like a little bit more immediate, a little bit more day in the life. Try to do
more relaxed.
More relaxed. Try to do like what I eat in a day videos, which I always end up failing towards the end. Hopper is squeaking a toy in the other room because apparently he's not getting attention. So I've come up with this idea for a series called Making a Meal Out of It. And the whole idea is going through my fridge and
making a meal out of it.
Making a meal and trying to make a meal out of it. Going through my fridge, taking a Hopper, taking stuff out and trying to make a meal out of what I have. And if you've watched vegan YouTube for a long time, Lauren Toyota has videos called Recipe.
Is that actually what they were called?
Yeah.
Or is that just what she said?
No, that's what like the video like series was called. Recipe. This is another recipe video. So I'm not sure as of right now whether or not there will be a written recipe for what I'm about to throw together. If so, it'll be linked down below. Otherwise, you can just go to monsonmadethis.com and find all my other recipes.
So that's why I'm here. The food that is behind us is...
Which I've already taken out of the... You can't see it. It's already been taken out of the fridge.
I'm responsible for the food that Michael made last night. I was kind of feeling like breakfast tacos. So
now, here's what happened. We're sitting on the couch watching Twilight.
Cut me off.
We're sitting on the couch watching Twilight, which is our new thing right now,
no,
watching Twilight.
It's been awful. I've kind of hated every minute of it, but like what is there to even watch?
We're enjoying it. So we're watching Twilight and you're like, what are you cooking for dinner? I said, I don't know, what do you want?
So I started scrolling through all the past videos and I stumbled upon like the breakfast burrito video.
Before that, you started to shout out a bunch of different things. It's like, well, I can make that, but I'd have to go to the store. I can make that, but I'd have to go get a few things.
Towards breakfast.
You did, I guess, say breakfast tacos quite a few times.
Yes.
So it was down to breakfast tacos and like the Thai-inspired garlic noodles. Out of the things that we had on hand without having to go to the store that I could theoretically make. So
you threw something together and it was like kind of amazing. Yeah,
so I'll show you everything that we have. This is a long-winded intro just to say that, hey, I pulled a bunch of ingredients out that I used for dinner last night.
This is a leftover.
Making a meal out of what we had for dinner last night. I have some pizza dough that I made a week or two ago, and it's just been hanging out in the freezer. So I took that out, thawed it. It should be at room temperature, and I'm hoping it works well. So my idea today is to make a kind of a calzone using the leftover ingredients from the breakfast burrito / tacos. Actually, there were only 2 tortillas, so I didn't even get to have it. He had the 2 tortillas, and I ended up just having the ingredients in a bowl, which was
one of those tortillas too by folding.
He ruined it by putting it in the microwave, so the tortilla was a little bit crispy, so that didn't fold right.
I'm not the one who folded it, so
it's hard to fold a tortilla that's ruined.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, get out of here. He'll probably be back later when I'm right. You'll come back to like test it or approve of it,
or like maybe help you shoot something. But
maybe.
Yeah. I just wanted to let everyone know that like
he's responsible.
This amazing food was my idea.
Mm-hmm. Credit where credit's due. So I'm going to show you all of the ingredients behind me here that I pulled out. There's actually not that many. And then we'll get started making a breakfast taco burrito inspired calzone. Hey, feel a little bit more comfortable here behind my island, and I'm going to tell you about everything that I have here. So I mentioned pizza dough. I have been making a pizza dough that comes from the Crossroads Kitchen cookbook for a long time. A batch is like 1.5 pounds of dough, and we usually get 4 pizzas out of it. We've obviously eaten 2 already, so there are 2 dough pieces left. Definitely smells very fermented, which is great. Keeping dough without it going bad kind of ferments it a little bit. It has more of like a sourdough taste. I'm hoping it's really bubbly. It means the yeast is still alive, and I'm hoping I can work with it pretty easily. Which I have some whole wheat flour here. This is not made with whole wheat flour, but my all-purpose flour is like hidden down below. So this was handy, so I took it out. In terms of the breakfast tacos that we made / burritos, this jar contains soy chorizo from Trader Joe's. This is actually my favorite soy chorizo. I think that it's based on soy rizo, which you can get at most supermarkets in the like plant-based section. This is great. I basically just opened up the tube that it comes in and browned it up, grilled it a little bit just to improve the texture. So soy chorizo is definitely going in here. There's like a couple tiny little bits here of some chopped up onion. I think because I've got 2 pieces of dough already separated, I think I'm gonna just make 2 smaller calzones, depending on the ingredients. This here is some tofu scramble and some air fried potatoes. So if you go back in my channel and you look for the breakfast burrito, I think there's actually 2 breakfast burrito videos. There's also a breakfast taco video. It has the recipe, I'll link it up here as well, but it has the recipe for the tofu scramble, has the recipe for the way that I like to make my potatoes. This sauce here is a Chipotle cashew yogurt sauce. So it's not going to be a Monsonmadethis video or recipe or making a meal out of it without some sort of sauce. I love a sauce. I think sauces are what you use to make a meal a meal. The joke, what's a vegan's favorite food? Sauce. It's never more true than on my channel. So this. I have a few different sauces. I'll find them and link it above here. But I usually make a cashew-based sauce, usually just water, cashews, and then add some lime juice, different seasonings, sometimes cilantro, sometimes avocado. Whenever I make any sort of like taco dinner, I always have some sort of sauce like that. This, because I had some soy yogurt, homemade soy yogurt, which all these links I've got to remember to give you all. There's going to be a link to a Instant Pot soy yogurt. I had soy yogurt on hand. I mixed that with the cashews and the NutriBullet, about 3 chipotle peppers, a lot of nutritional yeast, some Bragg's liquid aminos, and I have this nice and thick creamy chipotle sauce, which I think I'm going to maybe put a little bit inside, but I want this reserved for kind of dipping or like squeezing on at the end. These are black beans. I love to make beans from scratch. Now, I became kind of a bean snob during quarantine because I was making white beans, cannellini beans, chickpeas, all from scratch. And I find them to be just so much better than canned. However, the one bean that I prefer canned is actually black beans. Hi, Hopper. Nothing for you right now, buddy. I'm sorry. You can't see him, but Hopper's up here. So I like black beans out of the can, and I always just jazz them up a little bit. So I take the can of, hi buddy. I take the can of black beans, open it, put it into a stove, a pot, and then I add some green chilies if I have them. I add some taco seasoning if I have it, or some spices. I usually add some type of vegan bouillon, like Better Than Bouillon, or I have some different bouillon like granules that come from the Asian market, which are high in MSG. They're pretty much all MSG, but I think they're delicious. So that's what's happening in here. Black beans that have some bouillon added to them, as well as some spices and seasonings. The breakfast tacos video has this in there. All right, so my idea here is to try to work out the dough, try to get 2 calzones. I have some parchment paper here, which I'm going to be putting them on. And I'm going to be using my smart oven, which I'll show you here in just a few. So I'll be preheating that to about like 400, 450. The pizza stone is in the smart oven. So that's where these are going to cook. I'm going to adjust the camera so I can give you a better view here of the assembly process. And hopefully we'll have some breakfast taco burrito calzones here in just a minute. Well, a few minutes. It's gonna have to cook stuff. So here's the dough. It's pretty tacky. So I'm going to just sprinkle on a bit of flour right now. Not really sure how this is going to be to work with. There's also a little bit of liquid down there in the bottom. I'm not sure why. Okay, take that one out. They should be about the same size here. Again, this was 1.5 pounds of dough. Truth be told, the way that I came up with the idea of doing a calzone here is because I was on the elliptical yesterday, and I saw a Martha Stewart cooking video, and she was showing people how to make pizza dough. And one of the things she made with the pizza dough was a calzone. So it's like, oh, I want to make calzones. I've got pizza dough in the freezer I could take out. And because I've played with this a little bit too much, the gluten structure starting to get a bit stiff. It's not wanting me to stretch it out. That should be okay, right? Let's start by adding half of the ingredients. This is the potatoes and tofu scramble. Actually, hold on one second. I need to preheat my oven. Some black beans. I have this really cool spoon here that has slots in it. And so it theoretically helps to minimize some of the liquid. Quite a bit of this soy chorizo. So good. Little bit of the sauce. And then, according to Martha Stewart, oh no, did it stick? Please don't be stuck. Fold it over. Ben's coming to check on me. We have a few holes. Fold it over.
How did the dough work out?
The dough seems a bit sticky, but it's gonna be okay. It's just like blending together here. It's gonna be great. It's gonna taste delicious. This is gonna be sealed, nothing's gonna get out. I can't believe how wet it is. But, I mean, come on, right? That looks good, that looks cute.
Yeah, you just need to take a fork to the edges.
Feel it, like, feel how...
It feels really thin.
Yeah, it does feel really thin. It's gonna be great. I trust myself.
I mean, that dough recipe's great, so
Yeah.
it should work fine.
Now, let's do this other one. Do you wanna grab the camera, Ben, so it's not just this boring shot?
Sure.
Why don't you do a little handheld, Ben? One good thing actually about using the parchment paper also is that I'm pretty sure that thing is stuck where it is, like it's not gonna be moving, but I can just cut around it and put it directly onto the pizza stone on the parchment, so I don't have to worry about moving it. One cool thing about this dough, just gonna ramble while I fight with this dough, that like is probably my favorite thing about the recipe, because it's just a basic pizza dough, and we used to always buy it from Trader Joe's before I started making this on my own, which I actually use the bread machine, my bread machine to do it. Let's put a little bit of flour underneath so we don't risk what we had happen last time.
It looks like it's doing what it should do.
Because I've been playing with it, it's being really springy, but it's fine. It's gonna be great. And it is like thicker on the edges.
It's also what, like a week old?
I think it's like 2 weeks old, been frozen, which is fine. Like pizza dough can handle it. But this dough, the thing that I really love about this dough is one of the ingredients is black pepper. And the recipe calls for quite a large amount, like I wanna say like a teaspoon or a half teaspoon of black pepper. I don't remember, I didn't put fresh onions in the last one. Oops.
I had onions in mine last night.
Yeah, I was trying to put it in both, but I guess I forgot. But the black pepper does something crazy. Like, you wouldn't think that black pepper is that integral to a recipe. You know, it's like, yeah, you put salt and pepper on things, like whatever, not a big deal. But just the black pepper adds so much to the dough.
You're literally talking about seasoning. Of course it's going to add something.
I know, but like, come on. Do you really think that like when you salt and pepper your food that you think like you're adding, like the pepper is doing so much?
Yes, like especially like with things like eggs. Not that I eat those, but...
You know what this reminds me of, doing this, is Veganist Fork. Like, I think we're doing our own like Veganist Fork video.
Which got their book, right?
Yeah, they just put out a air fryer cookbook, which I got, which I'm excited. I haven't tried anything from it yet, but shout out to Veganist Fork. They've been always really sweet to this channel and like mentioned me in like their roundups of favorite YouTubers and stuff. So
yeah, I really
shout
like
out to them. So this is really thin and it's kind of a little bit see-through, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. As I said, scissors. So I'm gonna cut these out. And then I'll just use the pizza peel to transfer them to the pizza stone as soon as it's come up to temperature, which is probably gonna take maybe another 5 or 10 minutes. So I'll come back when I'm ready to put it in the oven, them in the oven. So they're on a pizza peel, which is just a great way to transfer it to the oven. Hopper's returned, hoping to get something. Oven is preheated. Hey, buddy. And so let's just slide these in here.
And you're doing it on a stone?
Yeah, it is on the pizza stone, on the parchment. I need to readjust that one on the left. Don't stick your hands in hot ovens.
Michael always does.
Okay, as I said, this was inspired by Martha Stewart yesterday. I think she said to cook it for 15 minutes, but her oven was on like 550 or something like that. I'm gonna keep an eye on them. As soon as they're beautifully golden brown, I will pull them, let them hang out for a few minutes before we cut into them, and drizzle more sauce. I think I'm gonna just do it like on the side. I don't know, what do you think, Ben?
That sauce is really good.
The sauce is really good. I need to write that as a recipe, so maybe there will be a link below for a recipe. All right, these gotta cook. I have nothing else to say right now, and I'll be back when they're ready. I had some leftover chorizo, so.
Literally drinking it.
Okay, there's soy rizo. It's good. This Trader Joe's one. I don't know much about chorizo necessarily.
Show us what it looks like.
But I know that it's normally like a fermented product, or there's something in it that's, like if you make chorizo on your own, there's usually some sort of like vinegar in it. This just has like the perfect amount of like
drinkability.
Sour undertones. The spice, texture is great. I think it's kind of like a TVP based.
Are we gonna have a bread party again?
You want to see this? So, one of the last videos was making, what did I make with the, oh, it was just like the bread party, having all these things, sort of like a bruschetta bread party thing. Was that a very Giada De Laurentiis thing, me saying like bruschetta, was it?
I mean, kind of.
I need a drink. But, sorry to talk with my mouth full. My friend John, who I go to the gym with, works at a restaurant and occasionally brings me loaves of bread. It's so lovely to have like fresh restaurant quality sourdough in the house.
It's good bread.
The bread's always like different shapes too. So if you want me to do more recipes that include bread, let me know below. Also, the plastic wrap, it sounds so stupid, but I never buy plastic wrap. And I save it when I get the bread in the plastic wrap, and it's actually been coming in handy to have like leftover plastic wrap around the house.
Life hack.
Life hack.
Just get bread from your friend.
Just get bread from your friends that work at restaurants. Save the plastic wrap. You can use it for so many things.
Great tips.
Great tips. So these breakfast calzone burrito calzone situations are just about done. One thing I did do, which I'm kind of regretting that I did, was remove the parchment paper. Now, when I make pizzas at home, I didn't do this at first, but I started to, as soon as I could remove the parchment paper, I do. That way, there's better contact with the pizza and the pizza stone, just to get a better bottom crust, because I find that sometimes the parchment paper causes there to be like too much moisture there, or it prevents it from like having that direct contact for browning. So I tried to remove the parchment paper, which I successfully removed, but we've got some leaks, and I don't think it's going to be a problem removing them from the pizza stone, but it might just be a little bit messy because it's the black beans. So I'm going to take those out. Ben is on the phone with his nephew, I believe, right now. So I'm going to take them out, let them cool a little bit, and then as soon as he's done chatting, then we'll give these a taste test. Let's see if I can get these out without a mess. A little bit of spillage. I think we're okay. Ugh, this one's breaking in half as we speak. Let me find a different alternate route to get that off. I'll just serve it this way. Doesn't look so bad. Hey, Ben is back.
Hi, I'm back.
It was your nephew, right?
Yeah, I was on the phone with my brother and my nephew catching up. He has an eye doctor appointment today.
Kids.
Right.
Hey, here's one of the breakfast burrito calzones. So I'm just gonna slice it in half. Now, full disclosure, I did have an issue taking them out. Whether it was too thin on the bottom or what it was. Ooh, I guess if you do that like that, it looks kind of good. Yeah, just open it from the front. Basically, the bottom integrity didn't really work.
Copper really wants some.
They're a mess. But let me show you how good this looks.
Get up there with it.
Oh, sorry about that. It's gonna focus on me. I was gonna focus on you. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good cross section.
Nice steam. You ready to give this a taste?
I'm ready to give it a taste. I already feel like I know it's going to be good because it was good last night.
Because you literally had all the ingredients.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna like drizzle sauce on top, like do like a decorative moment. Same?
Yeah, sauce it up. Okay, that's a lot of sauce.
Needs a lot of sauce. Ready?
This is going to be too hot to eat.
For you, maybe.
What does that mean?
I feel like I can usually like throw steaming hot food into my mouth, and you need it to be room temperature.
Room temperature? I like hot food.
No shade.
There's a lot of shade. Smells good.
I think in my mind seeing this, I go into like Cornish pasty type of territory, but the dough is like a pizza dough versus a Cornish pasty dough.
This is really good.
Yeah?
It was really good last night, but
Hopper.
this might be the better version.
You prefer, well, is that because I tore your tortilla?
That's because you ruined my tortilla.
Yeah, I'm in love with it. Hopper clearly wants
He's like
some of
literally
the...
shaking.
Oh, so good.
So this wasn't really a recipe. You just threw some stuff together.
Just making a meal out of it.
Tagline.
Hashtag making a meal out of it. Very like RuPaul Drag Race. Hashtag All-Star Season 6.
Comment down below if we should change the channel name to Making a Meal Out of It.
Making a meal out of it. Also, just going through the fridge, there's some Impossible Burger in there. So who knows? We might have another meal that we make tonight that needs another meal made out of it the next day. If you like these kind of videos, this kind of content, if you want more Ben videos, then please comment below, let us know. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, something like 70% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so.
What are you guys doing?
What are you guys doing? So like this, subscribe it. I can't stop eating this.
Subscribe it.
Subscribe it. I can't stop eating this, it's so good.
It's really good.
And if you like videos of people eating, there's the Monson Ate This videos that you have access to if you become a channel member or a patron. There's links below for that.
I think you should talk about the fact that maybe those Monson Ate This videos are going to get rolled out into the channel at some point. We're trying to figure out what to do with Patreon and channel members.
Yeah, those of you that are still here in the video, do you all think that we should put out Monson Ate This videos? I'm not sure how many people enjoy content of just like casual chatting and eating, kind of like what this is, but me by myself. Although, hey, maybe if it becomes a thing, you can make more cameos. But
I'll sit and eat.
If you like videos of people talking and eating, and by people I mean me, let me know below if that's something you'd be interested in. There's like 70 videos of Monson Ate This content already available for patrons and channel members. But if it's something you'd like me to integrate more into the channel, because I don't really share much of like myself on the channel. It's always just like recipes and more structured content.
Sure. Vlog stuff is hard.
It is. And like I said, we've tried to do day, like what I eat in a day videos, or try to do more day in the life, but I don't know if that our days just aren't that interesting or something, or like our eating schedules are weird.
COVID happened.
Right. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. This is both of our first meal of the day. I had coffee before, so just like doing what I eat in a day videos is kind of just not conducive to
unless you plan.
filming.
Like you kind of have to plan ahead.
Right, but then doesn't that like sort of change the dynamic?
Yeah, I don't know. I also really want to do a like eating all vegan fast food video. So if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, let us know. I want to try a lot of products at places that we haven't had a chance to yet.
We have a lot of taste test videos on the channel, but yeah, we don't have a ton of videos of us eating food that I don't cook. Well, if you want more taste test style eating at restaurants or
yeah, I love
trying
the taste test videos. Yeah. They're fun. They're a lot easier.
This is so good. Like,
yeah, this is really good.
The first bite was good, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's good. But I'm continuing to eat it, like, it's getting so good.
It's the sauce. I mean, it's more than just the sauce, yeah. But
it's like the sauce with the pizza dough.
It's good.
Well, I guess we just did a monsonmadethis video.
Yeah, but excuse me, now you have to make the recipe for this, because I feel like this is too good to not like actually do like a recipe,
which is why Lauren Toyota called it recipe, because anytime she would post something that she ate or cooked, everyone would comment recipe, like interrobang, which is the exclamation point and the question mark, meaning like, where's the recipe? So I've showed you where on the channel you can find the individual components. Again, the pizza dough, it's the flatbread dough from Crossroads Kitchen. So I'll throw something up on the website, monsonmadethis.com. monsonmadethis.com.
Yep.
I mean, you got to take some glamour shots of this one.
Poor Hopper. I'm so sorry that you can't eat this, buddy.
All right. They do have cookies. Maybe,
all right, yeah,
maybe it's treat time.
This video is probably done.
Okay. Hey, thank you all for watching. Thanks for subscribing, liking this video, and let us know below what you think.
Bye.
Bye. You guys were so good, so patient. There's your cookies. Okay, bye.
Bye.